I did something that I wish I could take back, but what she did was a million times worse. So there's no way you can go around and play the victim now.
So this is your first season, of course, as a housewife. Was it what you were expecting it to be? I know that's kind of a loaded question, but we're going to
It's so
start there.
loaded. You know what? I feel like this has been a interesting first season. It was definitely some things that I did not expect to happen. But outside of that, I had a great season outside of that. Yeah. I mean, I knew there was going to be some challenges and just, some difficult moments, but I've tried to push through the best that I could. I mean, I did some things myself that, of course, I'm going to take accountability for that, I should have done. But outside of that, I really had an opportunity to really get to know the ladies. We had
Mm.
some good times. We had fun. We cried. We laughed. And we were at each other's throats as well. So we got a little bit of everything.
Then they kept sending me information. That's some nasty work.
Ain't nobody trying to see this girl sucking nobody's dick. That is just so crazy.
You left
Yeah,
before this went down.
I
So
did.
what was your reaction when you found out what happened?
I couldn't believe it because I came in there wanting to be apologetic and give her flowers. And I gave her a nice card where I wanted her to read it. And I left. And just to know that everybody started screaming and I heard the commotion of everybody like running out of the door. And I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? And Kelly was just like, you'll never believe this woman put poster boards of the most nastiest, vile things ever. I mean, she came from my marriage. She called me, all types of very nasty names. And she showed explicit photos. This was your big moment. So for her to use this big moment to attack me, and to humiliate me, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I was in bed for days. I cried.
Mm.
I had to talk to a few, just, I had to go to therapy. And just knowing that the internet, the world, my reputation, I'm a businesswoman. So seeing all these things online, it overshadowed everything. And I couldn't believe it.
Have you talked to Kenya since?
She has not reached out to me. Actually, she blocked me. So I would have thought at the very least she would have shown some remorse, or at least, even if it wasn't a public apology to me, I thought she would have at least reached out just to show that, she's sorry.
Mm.
And I haven't received anything.
If you could talk to her, like, what would you say? What would on your side of things? Because you said you were remorseful about
Yeah.
bringing up the pistol of
Yeah.
it all and all
I
that
should
stuff.
have never done that. And I make mistakes. I was in a moment, I was triggered and I did something that I wish I could take back, but what she did was a million times worse. So there's no way you can go around and play the victim now. And I would think that if we want to move forward, come to me, apologize, humble yourself, and I would be open. But that has not taken place. So I'm just disappointed how she's been handling it and being a victim and, you know, it's just been a lot of noise, and that's why I've been quiet because sometimes you just have to wait it out and see what people naturally do. And I'm just disappointed in her behavior.
Mm.
And even just, she went on different shows. I apologize, but I'm the one that's owed the apology, not everyone else. And the things that she said, it's there forever. And I have to live with that with my family, with my husband, with my career. And I think at the very least, I'm owed an apology.
Mm. It's no secret then that she left the show. So how did that change for you going forward? How did the dynamic shift?
Well, I was a little disappointed in some of the ladies, and I thought they would have my back more. I thought they would be more supportive. And I just feel that because she has been around for so long, I think nobody wanted to just step on any toes or just, not have her back, and wrong is wrong. And a lot of these beautiful women, they have a family. And I'm just like, how would you feel if you were put in the situation that I was put in?
Mm.
And that's when I'm just like, let's use logic. Nobody would want to go through what I experienced. And I'm so grateful that I was not in that room when that happened, because that would have been a moment where she was looking to trigger me and she was looking for me to act out. She was not threatened by me, because you don't do something like that if you're threatened. So for her to do that, it was all premeditated. She had no, she was never interested in making things right. She wanted to embarrass me. She wanted to humiliate me. And this was her big moment. So why would you do this at your big moment for someone that you're threatened by? Why? Why would you do that?
Did some of the other ladies though rally around you? Because I know, like in
You
that
know what,
moment.
Kelly
Okay.
rallied. She left. All the ladies were disappointed. I mean, a couple of them stood back, maybe Drew, and I think Angela. No, she did come, but they knew it was wrong, but I felt that they still wanted to support her,
Mm.
and that's what I didn't like. Sometimes you have to stand on business and say, this isn't right, and hold your friends accountable. If someone is really, truly your friend, they're going to tell you when you're wrong, not sugarcoat it, not pretend like it's okay, or she deserved it. No, wrong is wrong. And that's why I was disappointed with some of the ladies, that they were just like, well, no, you couldn't imagine being put in that position. And that's why I was just a little hurt by the ladies. And it was a very emotional time for me when I needed everyone's support. And I'm grateful that in that time, Kelly was there for me. Cynthia had my
Right.
back. Portia, which was a friend of, well, still a friend of Kenya, she came there and was just like, I couldn't do this. And, it's an unfortunate situation. And I'm so glad that I wasn't there, because she wanted to potentially take this opportunity from me. And she was like, see, you should be gone. And I feel like we're all here to support each other, to support each other's businesses, to be a sisterhood. And it was disgusting.
Mm. You brought up Kelly and how she was supporting you, but I found it interesting her recent Instagram post. I don't know if
Yeah,
you saw it,
I saw it.
but she posted photos from that night, including one with Kenya, and then a meme that said defending somebody and then experiencing why nobody likes them is so humbling. What is
You
your
know,
take?
what's crazy about that? And you guys are going to watch it unfold on the show. There's a lot of things that happen that people aren't going to expect from Kelly. She's
Mm.
going to really show a side that nobody saw coming. And I was very disappointed in just seeing her flip flop. So it's one thing if we're not friends, and you could feel however you feel, but to go back on your word and to say what Kenya did, wasn't wrong, that's just flip flopping. So just because you don't like me right now does not make what she did right. And I just think Kelly just wanted to insert herself, because I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes she has to be the center of attention. And it's just unfortunate that something that was so nasty and vile, now she's in support of. And it's no secret that Kenya isn't here. So how are you still supporting this woman? And you went to war for me during this situation. So if you went to war for me, how can you go back on what she did? Because her actions didn't change. It's just we're no longer friends.
And why are you guys no longer friends? Solely because of this reason, or were there
No,
other things that
no,
came into play?
this has nothing to do with it. But you guys are going to see further in the season what unravels between Kelly and I, because we came in as a nice duo. And
Right.
just my relationship with Kelly, I met her through a mutual friend. And she just, she was very warm. She wanted to, do a lot of, things together. And I trusted her.
Mm.
I trusted her, I supported her. I was there for her. And just to see how things unfolded, I was just very disappointed in her. But at the end of the day, I still don't have any ill will towards Kelly. I wish her the best.
Mm.
She's not really a great friend.
I'm
Some of the
surprised
things
by
that she's
that.
done is
Okay.
not things that you do to somebody that you really love and care about. So I'll just say that.
And what do
But
you
you
think?
guys will see later in the season.
The way that this season, I know it's your life. It's just
Yeah.
so good though. There's so much drama.
There's so many
It's
layers.
so many
There's
layers
so
where
many
I'm
layers.
shocked right now by hearing that you and
You know
Kelly,
what? I was very shocked about what took place with Kelly because, I'm someone who I don't open up to a lot of people.
yeah.
And I'm someone who pours into people that I love and care about. And I felt that I was manipulated.
Wow.
And, I have so many mixed feelings about Kelly, but to the core, I really loved Kelly.
Do you think you guys could get back to a better
I hope
place?
so. I hope so.
Okay. So it's not like a
I
thing
am
where,
somebody that's forgiving. I am, but she said some hurtful things and I definitely said some hurtful things back. But the reason why we aren't friends is what I think is going to surprise a lot of the fans.
mm,
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
wow, okay. That was a twist. I was not seeing that coming
Yeah. But I
whatsoever.
think she's a great mother.
Yes.
I think that on the outside looking in, it appears to be a great friend to everyone, but it's unfortunate to see her flip-flopping back and forth.
Right. You just said that you're a forgiving person. So now I
I'm
want to
very forgiving.
ask,
Yeah.
would you forgive Kenya if she genuinely said she was
You,
sorry?
you know what? I would have forgive Kenya, but I honestly feel that she's not interested. She feels that what she did was okay and how she's still carrying on. She's carrying on like she's the victim. And so for that, I think if things would have played out differently in the aftermath of all this, then I'd be like, you know what? Let's sit down, let's talk, let's move forward. But it's a two-way street. I can't be the only one that wants to move forward when someone secretly wants to just stab you in your back.
Mm,
So I'm disappointed. And I wish things were different because I mean, she's a beautiful woman. And I think, she had some great things going on. I think we would have made an amazing cast, all of us ladies together. And it's just unfortunate that she did that to herself.
right.
So
Would you film with her again if that was something that came
at
back
this
yeah.
moment today, I would not film with her. But if there was an opportunity for her to grow from this situation genuinely,
Mm,
not just saying what she wants to say for the fans, but if she was genuinely honest and genuinely interested in making things right and to humble herself and come to me and apologize and have that real conversation with me because that's all that matters at the end of the day. It's not what the fans think. It's not what behind the scenes with production or Bravo. It's not about them. It's about her and I.
mm.
And she has not made it right. So that would have to happen for me to be open to a relationship with Kenya.